I made 2 films simultaneously. And I started off, after the success, the unexpected success of the Brooklyn Bridge, I was approached by an executive at WNET, the PBS affiliate in New York City, and asked whether I would think about doing a film on the Statue of Liberty. I had started work on the Brooklyn Bridge film in 1977. We finished it in 1981, and its centennial was in '83, but everyone assumed that I had been planning for the centennial. I hadn't, but now this was the second big centennial after the tall ships in '76, and so we seemed to be in a kind of centennial or bicentennial mode. And the centennial was coming up in '86 of the opening of the Statue of Liberty, and so Buddy Squires joined me as the co-producer on that film. And we started work on that. At the same time, I was approached by a history professor at Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge saying that he had been turned down for a grant on a film about Huey Long, and would I tell him why he got turned down? And I told him why. It wasn't a very well conceived or configured film. The proposal wasn't very well written. And then he said, would you do it? And I said no. And he insisted on meeting me, and he actually flew with a gigantic 80-pound, 3/4-inch video deck to the Atlanta airport where I was changing planes, and took me into a room and showed me some footage of Huey Long giving speeches. And just his passion was so great, I said, sure, but you're not going to like this because it's going to be my film. He said, nope, that's fine. And I took on another co-producer, Richard Kilberg, and we produced this film on Huey Long simultaneously with the Statue of Liberty film. And it allowed us, I began to realize that I was making the same film over and over again, that the Brooklyn Bridge and the Shakers couldn't have been more different on the outside, but they were the same, and that here I was working on the Statue of Liberty and Huey Long, this turbulent Southern demagogue who was assassinated in 1935, and yet it was the same thing. I was looking for some indescribable something about who we are, and that each film is saying who are these strange and complicated people who like to call themselves Americans, that each project would offer me the opportunity to ask and never answer, of course, just deepen the question with each succeeding project. Who are we? Who are we? And that's, I mean, I feel so lucky and so blessed that early on, as early as working on the old Sturbridge Village film, which was essentially about history, in the early '70s at Hampshire, I had found my calling. The last time I took an American history course was in 11th grade when they hold a gun to your head. I took one history course in college that was in Russian history, and yet here I found myself just completely possessed by American history.